social media's come up a couple of times, and actually it's quite interesting that, again, in our report, marketing directors now cite social media as the single most important thing that they need to get right, significantly above TV, probably because they know how to do that anyway. So a couple of questions on social media. Now, I know it's a broad topic, so we're going to be quite focused. How do you harness communities and advocacy in social media to shape a launch? Mark.
Thank you. I think we've used it, probably best to try and give an example. So we did a campaign last year on our coastline. So National Trust owns 775 miles of our coastline. That's a plug. We wanted to sort of celebrate that. So our campaign, we were on TV and everything else, but before that we launched through social channels and wanted people to share their love of the coast with us. And that really galvanised all of our content for the rest of the campaign, and really getting people to, I guess, share those sort of emotional connections that people have with the coast. And we got some, brilliant things from, I used to go there as a kid, to this is the bench I sat with my husband before he died. And you think, wow, this is really powerful stuff actually. So using it to help get user-generated content, which helped us inform the rest of the campaign, was really important.
Really interesting. How about Neil? Thoughts?
On the social side of it, I think I've taken a picture at Stirling Bay on one of your stands. So I think having a conversation is the best thing on social media, and I think the fitness industry is actually very good at it as well. So yeah, it's having the right plan behind what sort of what outcome do you want. Starting with success in mind. What are the outcomes you're looking for? And then what's going to excite people and interest people to join in terms of the conversation, and then what mechanics are going to help get that started. So I kind of, when I've seen it done well, it's been a very simple idea. It's been about a conversation. It's not been too contrived or too controlled. It's been, just let go in the right way.
How about you, Martin?
I think, yeah, I mean, obviously social media is incredibly important in a launch campaign. I think you need to bake it in at concept stage. I'm sure everybody's seen the John Lewis Buster the dog advert. Thank God they didn't try and make us cry this year, as if we don't have enough to cry about this year. So you look at that campaign, okay? It's a TV ad. It's also a Snapchat filter. It's also a VR experience you can have in store. You can see a GIF of that dog jumping up and down, and you absolutely get it. So that feels to me completely baked in. If you think about, do you remember the John Lewis ad a few years ago with the kid who, you thought he was being a selfish little git until you realise he can't wait to give a gift to his parents? I don't know how you make a VR experience out of that, or a Snapchat filter, or anything. So I have to assume it was, look guys, we want to make this interactive, and that is the challenge for creatives. It used to be matching luggage. It used to be, okay, roundabout test 48 sheet, what's your TV? Now people want to be able to interact with it. They want to be able to personalize it. They want to be able to contribute to it. They want to be able to experience it. And your idea needs to have all that baked in from the very beginning, because you can't bloody retrofit it in halfway through.
Do you agree with that, Lee?
I did read that, yeah. And obviously their ad is social first, doesn't it? Premiere on YouTube before anywhere else. Yeah, I mean, on advocacy and building campaigns and communities, Star Wars was an interesting one, because it sounds like the easiest marketing job in the world, right? You don't make a Star Wars movie for 10 years and then make another one, but the challenge was to make it the biggest movie of all time, and by some margin, put some distance down between us and the competition. And to do that, we had to kind of engage with those audiences that were not Star Wars fans, that were persuadable, if you like. So we built a campaign through fans, through advocating fans, to almost sort of embarrass their friends into it, that I'm a Star Wars fan, you're not, and it was like you would tag them. So we built all this content where they would tag them as their friend, my non-Star Wars friend, and we're going, deal with it kind of thing. So they would send it to your friend saying, we're booking tickets, you're coming. So it was effective in terms of just building more content around a community and just making people feel part of a cultural moment, whether or not they were Star Wars fans going in. It didn't matter. We had to get them on board.